manager the fact that you're nervous? It's an interesting question because that can actually go both ways. Tell me if so you're basically asking if it's okay to tell them, listen, I'm nervous for the interview. Am I right? I think that's what you're trying to ask. Is it better to tell them up front that you're nervous, or is it better to just like be nervous but don't say anything, basically? Now, it's very interesting, this question, because it can go both ways. And what do I mean? It can either go the way that, if you're upfront and you say, listen, I'm nervous for the interview, you're showing vulnerability, you're showing that you're humility, you're showing that you're a real person, and people connect more to others when you show that you're vulnerable, that you show that you're like humble. When you show these qualities that people say that it's easy to show, I'm telling you, it's not easy to be vulnerable, it's not easy to be humble. Quick tip, guys, if you ever hear someone says, listen, I'm humble, or one of my strongest skills is my humility, you immediately know they're not humble. You immediately know that they don't have those qualities. So yes, it can help you. And they're like, wow. No, because people usually are not going to say, listen, I'm nervous. They're not going to say that. They're really not going to say it because their ego comes into play, and they're like, I want to show that I'm a great conversationalist, or that I'm great for this job. A lot of times people get jobs not because of what they know up here, or it's not because of their experience. It's because of their persona. Sometimes, actually many times, they rather pick someone who's a little bit less qualified than someone who's super qualified, right? Who has every requirement if the personality is better than that person. I mean, also because some places, if you have less experience, they can pay you less, which is good, right? But again, it can go both ways, or it can go the other way. If you're applying for a certain job, Juanita Garcia, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. Send in your questions when it comes to the world of conversation, communication, interview, and public speaking. I'm here to help. Tactical advice, completely free. So the last part I'm going to say, Gio Galvez, is that maybe for certain jobs, they're looking for confidence. They're looking for super leadership qualities, and maybe the person who's interviewing you is looking for that, and if you show that, they could see that as a sign of weakness. But then that all comes down to, you need to gauge and assess who that person is that's going to interview you. That's a whole other video, that's a whole other thing, but you would have to do that. But I would say something. I would say two things, bro. Two things. Or any of you who are listening are thinking of doing this, try it out. Go to a bunch of interviews that you don't care about, and for some interviews, tell them, listen, I'm nervous up front, and see their reaction, and see how you feel and how it comes out. And then the other half, don't tell them anything and just feel nervous and see what happens. Try it out. It's the only way, Gio. So yeah, hopefully I answered your question.